Hey guys, it's your girl Vina. What's happening? So today I'm gonna talk about why I moved from US to Germany. But before I do that, if you guys are new to my channel, you just seen this face for the first time, welcome. Welcome to Vina's world. So before I get right into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, let me know where you guys are from, share my video, and last but not least, subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, let's get right into the video. Alright, so I've been getting asked a lot of questions. Why did I move to Germany? Why Germany? Why Berlin? Why Europe? What's wrong with US? Why can you move to a different state in the US? But my response to them is, why not Germany? What's wrong with Germany? And like my friends that I told, they're like, oh, they're so racist in Germany. Why do you choose Germany? Why not go to London? Why not try Paris? I'm like, okay, but the whole world is racist, so it doesn't really matter which country that I go to. But anyways, I didn't just wake up and decide to move to Germany all of a sudden. Well, I kind of did, but I did my research and I asked a lot of questions. I consulted some of my friends that have been to Germany and asked for their opinion, and they were really excited that I wanted to move to Germany. So the hardest part was to tell my family. Oh my God. I didn't even want to do that. I wanted to skip that whole part and just like run away and pack my stuff and move to Germany. But of course I have to tell my family. So I didn't want to tell my parents first. I needed to tell two of my older sisters because either way, I knew they would support me, and getting their support would be easier to then tell my parents. So I called my oldest sister, the very oldest one, Salome. So I called her and I sat her down and I told her like, hey, listen. So I came to a conclusion and I did my research because I knew she was gonna ask me a lot of questions. And I've decided to move to Germany and also go to school there while I'm there. And she literally looked at me, paused. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what is she gonna say? And she's like, why Germany? Boston has great schools. Boston has great business schools. And also, if you want to go to a different state, you can try a different state. Are you trying to move around or something? Like there, you can go to California, you can go to Houston. You can, like, she was naming different states. So I'm like, okay, all right, I already know that. And she's like, well, I don't think it's a good idea to go to Germany. I was so discouraged. I was like, damn. Like the one person that I needed to support me, it's like, she's saying no. So I'm like, okay, I've heard you. I heard what you got to say. So the next victim is my other sister, Richie. So I called her, told her the same thing. I'm like, please, because look, we're twins. We're like she's older than me, however, but we're like so close. So I'm like, okay, she's definitely gonna like be on my team. Yeah, I was so wrong. She did not want me to go. She said the same thing that my other older sister said. She's like, why Germany? There's so many good schools in Boston. Boston has great business schools. And you can also do an online school if you really want to, go to a school in Germany, take an online class in Germany. I'm like, well, it's not the same. I want to be in the country physically. Well, at the end of the day, both of them said no. And guess what? I was so discouraged. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not a good idea. Two of my two big sisters said no to me going to Germany. So now, if they said no, of course my parents are gonna say no. So there's no point. All right, so I was so discouraged. But I still wanted to tell some of my close friends, yeah? I called a few of my friends and I told them. Some of them were so excited for me. Like, they were like, oh yeah, you should do it. I'm like, well, two of my sisters are not really in support, so I don't think I'm gonna go ahead with it. Plus, if they're not in support, my parents are definitely gonna say no. And for my oldest sister, she has her way with, convincing my parents to not do something. So I just knew it was a big L for me. Anyway, so, and some of my friends were like, why are you going to Germany, girl? Like, what? Like, why don't you go to like New York? There's so many schools, go to New York, blah, blah, blah. I was so over it. Like, I know I have those options, but I didn't want to take those options. I wanted to go to Germany. I need a new environment. So, a couple weeks passed, a couple months passed. I already like I changed my mind. But however, I was still doing my research. I was just looking up stuff about Germany, you know, watching YouTube videos about people living there, their lifestyle. And I just still wanted to inform myself more about it, because like I feel like when you're in the US and you haven't really like seen other countries, you don't know anything about them. Like I didn't know anything about Germany, you know, other than like, you know, they drink beer a lot. That was literally it. That's all I knew about Germany, which is so bad, you know. So I was still doing my research, and then a couple months later, I called one of my aunties. Like, she's my favorite auntie. She lives in Nigeria. I called her, and I was just talking to her. I was like, hey, I was, you know, thinking of going to Germany, but, you know, my two sisters, they said it's not a good idea. And then she's like, okay, why did they say that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you know, they're kind of right, because I don't have any family there. I don't know anybody there. Like, nothing. Like, I'm literally going to be on my own. And she's like, well, why are you afraid of the unknown? You know, when she said that, it got me thinking. I'm like, she got a point. Like, I'm scared of something that I don't even know, you know. And she told me that, why don't you just go, give it a try. If you don't like it, girl, you can come back home. Like, you're not trapped. Like, you're not obligated to stay there. If you don't like it, pack your stuff and come back home. And at least you'll be happy that you gave it a try. It wasn't your thing, and you move on. So once she said that, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna do it again. So I got the courage. I'm like, you know, let me tell my parents. Let's, you know, whatever. So I go to tell my parents, and I told my dad first. I was so scared to tell my father. Like, I was so scared to tell my father, because like I'm the little child, and he does not want me going anywhere. Like, he doesn't even want me to go far. When I was doing my undergrad, he didn't even want me to go to a school that was an hour away. That's how protective he is. Ooh, I need water. I feel like I've been talking forever. All right, so I approached my father. I call him Chief or Daddy. So I told him, I'm like, hey, Dad, I want to go to Germany. I want to move to Germany. And while I'm there, I'm going to do my master's in business. Yeah, I was thinking of moving in a couple months. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. And do you know what this man said to me? He said, okay. Yo, like, my father said, okay. I felt like I didn't hear him, so I was like, what? You know, I was like, please, can you say that again? He's like, okay. He's like, so did you find an apartment? Like, have you gotten accepted to the school? He's like, okay, what's happening? Like, do you have money? Like, what's gonna, like, you know, what's the plan? I'm like, yeah, I got accepted to the school. Yeah, the school's gonna help me get an apartment. It's all set. Like, I just need to give them a go ahead to do everything, but I needed to tell you first. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, okay, how much is the apartment? How much is the school? You know, I told him everything. And he's like, okay, well, I think that's a good idea. I'm very proud of you that you did all this on your own. Guys, when I tell you, I almost shit my pants. Like, I was so shocked that my father, like, was in support. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, all right, I have my dad's approval. I am going to Germany. And I called my mom, and I told her as well. And my mom was like, okay, all right, that's a big move, but okay. I'm glad you have everything figured out. You have a list of everything you need, money, and all that stuff. And both my parents were in support of me. Like, they said, okay, like that. So after that, I go back to my room. I'm like, all right. So my parents said yes. My two sisters, the two people that I thought would have my back no matter what, said no. I said, I'm gonna try again. So I called my big sister, Auntie Salome. I called her. I was like, hey, I just spoke to Dad and Mom, and they said yes to me moving to Germany. So you know what? I'm gonna do it. So she's like, well, if that's what you really want to do, I mean, I guess it is what it is, but, you know, I still think you should just stay here. I mean, you know, there's so many schools here. We can apply, you know, do all that stuff. You're going to be wasting a lot of money in Germany. I'm like, actually, the school there is way cheaper than schools here. So she was okay with it. Well, not completely okay, but she, you know, she's an older sister, so she had to say yes. And then my next target is my other sister, Richie. Oh, I have to say auntie in front of it because she's gonna kill me when she sees the video. Auntie Richie. So I went over to tell her again. Second time is a charm. So I told her, again. And do you know what this girl said to me? Do you know what this girl said to me? She said, oh, I still don't think it's a good idea. I had a dream, blah, blah, blah. Yo, you know Africans with their dreams, like, I was like, okay, what was this dream about? I still don't remember what it was exactly what she said, but it was a bad dream, you know, like I shouldn't move, pretty much I shouldn't go. So I got scared, man. I really got scared, because I don't know, dreams, she doesn't really have dreams that often, so like when she does get a dream, like I feel like, you know, it's serious. So after she told me this dream again, man, I got discouraged again. Like I was so scared. I decided to call my auntie again in Nigeria, because she's like my go-to person. Like, oh, she's amazing. I love her. She literally, if you're feeling down, she will like help you get back up. And so I gave her a call, and she's like, okay. I told her about my sister's dream. She said, all right, did you pray about it? I said yes. And then she said, well, then that's it. Like, it's done. You prayed about it. God heard your prayers. So when are you moving to Germany? Yo, when I heard, I was like, man, you know, like there goes my boost again, my energy. I'm just like, okay, let's do this. I am moving to Germany, guys. I am moving. So I go back, I tell my Auntie Richie, I'm like, hey, I know you really don't want me to move to Germany. However, I'm gonna do this. I need you to support me. I'm gonna do it with or without your support. And she said, okay, like obviously she's here for me. And then boom, fast forward, a couple months later, I'm in Germany. Your girl's in Germany. And you know, after like 2 months I've been here, my sister called me. You know, she said that the reason why she was trying to discourage me, like she was being selfish, because she was afraid of losing her best friend. Man, I felt that. I cried. A moment of silence, please. I felt that. She felt like she was like gonna lose her best friend, which is me. I'm her best friend. So she didn't want me to go, you know, she was being selfish, and now she realized that I'm doing really well in Germany. It's helping me grow, because, you know, like when I was in the US, my sisters did everything for me, my parents did everything for me. I was so spoiled. I mean, I still am, but at least I'm growing, you know. So yeah, she's like, you're doing really well, you're on your own, you know, you haven't hurt nobody and nobody has hurt you yet, so let's keep it like that. You're doing really well. So yeah, guys, that was my story. That is my story of how and why I moved to Germany. All right, guys, so that's the end of this story. And guess what? I'm in Germany. I live here now. I'm a Berliner, okay? So guys, if you want to hear more of my stories, definitely check out my next video. Comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about. And what else? Oh, I've got a lot in store for you guys, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.